Hi, myself is Shalini Bharadwaj. You all are watching ITV Networks Medically Speaking. So today we are going to discuss about the reason behind again and again increasing number of COVID-19 cases in India. We have with us on our panel Dr. Anjan Trikha, who is a professor critical care trauma center from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. We have with us Dr. Rakesh Mishra, who is a director from CCMB. Sir, my first question goes to Dr. Rakesh Mishra. Sir, do you think the new strain could be more dangerous for our country? Sir, we can't hear you.
Normally not. New strains are just yet another variation. Right now we have documented close to 7,000 mutations in the Indian isolates. Most of them may be of no relevance, so they will not be seen one more time. But some of them, if they become for some reason more successful in spreading, and they will acquire status of a variant, and that doesn't mean they are more dangerous. They may still be responding to the vaccine. They may still be asymptomatic and similar kind of mortality and so on, like UK variants and many other variants are doing. But there is always so far the new variant that have come, all the studies show that they are not more dangerous than the existing one. It's just that they are a little bit different in terms of their sequence. And there may be different kinds of infectivity, greater infectivity. So that doesn't mean more danger all the time. But if we allow lots of people infected over a long period of time, as constant new mutation will occur, new variant will emerge, we may end up with something which can be more dangerous and a problem for the vaccine. So that is why whatever else happens, vaccination, everything, we must take care that we prevent the spread of the virus. We know it spreads from person to person and we know how to stop it. So that's what should be the first priority for every citizen. And I think government is also saying again and again the same thing. So far so good. We have been lucky. Variants are not clinically very different or problematic so far. Although there are some reports of some maybe evading immune system to some degree, but those are yet early studies and looks like they'll not be that much of a problem, but it can happen in future.
Sir, but in few states, if we talk about Maharashtra or we talk about Kerala also, the cases are increasing day by day. What can be the reason behind it? It's spiking cases.
Most probable reason is the super spread events, what is called, that somewhere people have been relaxed and they have not followed COVID discipline, and they have been in gathering, in clustering, and without mask, without social physical distancing, and that has led to sudden spread. Because of course we will know for sure in about a week or so when this Maharashtra sequences are available. They are being processed, I understand, in NIV and NCCS, and some more they may come to us or to Delhi. We will do that. In Kerala, some of sequencing has been done and there's no new variant that is emerging in that. So that means it's the existing one that is going around at a higher rate. So that means we have dropped our guards, and that's the advantage virus is taking. It's constant war. So if you don't prevent person to person spread, it will go, and you don't need new variant for the super spread event to happen. But if a new variant comes, which is spreading more, which means it will be spreading irrespective of people have been infected before or not. So we will find more reinfection, which is not happening. That's why I'm confident as of now that this is not more dangerous or anything. If it was going to disregard the immune response, by now we would have started noticing reinfections, which is not happening. So most probably it is one of the variant which is going around before, and now it is a super spread event that we are observing, which is preventable by more careful COVID behavior.
Sir, my next question goes to Dr. Anjan. Sir, do we have enough capacity to fight against such viruses, especially the mutated one variants?
See, Whether we have enough capacity to fight against viruses or not, it's a difficult question to answer. But as you've seen that we fought the war, we've nearly won it. In the month of March, when I had my first patient coming in on the 1st of April, I think from 15th March, we set it up. We never knew what the disease was. It was a new virus, a new disease, and we knew how to fight it out. We never knew which medicine will work, which will not work. We just didn't know anything about it except what came on the social media from China, from Italy, or from Europe. And what all came was all very frightening. So I am reasonably sure that we still, if we have the intent to fight a viral disease, we can. But if we decide not to fight it, then we'll all suffer. So it's nothing to get alarmed about. It's nothing to get perturbed about. We must keep our basic fundamentals in mind. We must teach it to our older people. We decided to teach it at that time. Now we need to teach it to our younger children who are going to go to school, the people who are going to go to colleges, the teenagers who are going to go to the gyms and play cricket and football outside. You just really can't see to it that they remain inside for another 1 year or 6 months. They've already been inside houses. We just need to make them aware of the fact that the disease is yet not over. Viruses are known to mutate. As a matter of fact, influenza virus, every year a new vaccine comes because the strain changes. So this is going to be there. We're going to live with it. I can assure you in 2022 also, you will find me wearing a mask in the hospital.
That's very important, sir, because we have seen that, number of people are just ignoring these norms, which is very important for everyone. And sir, my next question is related to, sir, are the vaccinated ones is still a threat for those people who have not been yet vaccinated?
See, you must be clear, and everybody in the country must be clear what a vaccination is going to do. First, there is a lot of controversy about the vaccination available. India is a land of controversies. Our families are so controversial. If you ask somebody what to cook for the night, there is a controversy in my house, in your house. We all try to discuss a lot of things. Even if I know nothing about a thing, I will discuss it. That's the way we are, and maybe that is the strength of our family values. That is the strength of my country. Nothing against it. So everybody who is not even a scientist has a reason of taking a vaccine or not a vaccine. We just don't try to believe anybody. So there are vaccines available, and what is vaccine going to do? Everybody is talking about efficiency and efficacy. Nobody knows anything about efficacy and efficiency as far as other than doctors who are into it. So if a government is giving you a vaccine, the government gives you a vaccine and it's made out a program, we must accept it that India is a huge country. India is a huge country. To have a vaccination program running from Leh Ladakh to Kanyakumari to Assam, Mizoram, Imphal, it is just next to impossible. But still we've done quite a lot of it. So vaccination will prevent you from getting serious infections. So you may get infected, you may not get infected, but if you will get infected, your symptoms will be less. You will be less serious. However, that is not a foregone conclusion. You still may get one patient out of thousands who would be vaccinated fully and he still dies of it. Let's be very honest about it. So the government is very clear and we are very clear. Please get vaccinated. Please get vaccinated. Have faith in your government. We can have faith in our government regarding everything. But once it comes to this vaccination, what is going wrong? We must, after all, the government doesn't want us to land up into complications. The politicians never want us to land into complications. Why would the doctors want us to land into complications? There are vaccines. There are all kinds of vaccines. In the next 3 months, we'll have 4 kinds of vaccines available. So let us get ourselves vaccinated. Let us see to it that all people get vaccinated. The government has a plan. First, the healthcare workers, the frontline workers, then the older people, and then will come the new people. The same is true in USA. If you have a friend or a child or a daughter or a son staying in USA who's 30-year-old, he is going to tell you in USA, his chance is going to come after 9 months to get a Pfizer shot or any shot. The same is true in my country. So you have a vaccine, take it. It will prevent you to develop serious complications most of the times, but there will be still outliners. It is true for everything. If you have a headache, take an aspirin. Maybe the aspirin works in 90% of people. 10 people will be outliners. The same is true with vaccine. That doesn't mean the vaccine is wrong. That doesn't mean the aspirin is wrong. That doesn't mean that if you have a headache, you shouldn't take an aspirin. So this is way it works. And mind you, we are not out of the woods. Be very sure, and if you are into media, please spread it across all people that we are not out of woods. You are seeing what is happening in Maharashtra. You are seeing what is happening in Kerala. You are seeing what is happening in Dubai. They decided to open up for tourism and then they shut it down. Maharashtra is the same thing, and we are sitting in Delhi. We are apprehensive. My trauma center still only admits COVID patients. Only COVID patients still. We still have empty beds, but we are waiting, because this is how you win a game. This is how you win a war. You've got to wait, wait, and wait. And if something goes wrong, you have to be prepared for it. And we're going to make it. I can assure you, Ms. Bhardwaj, we're going to make it.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You all are, you especially, you are the warriors who are putting all the efforts. Dr. Rakesh, sir, what message you would like to give to the people, because people have taken things granted. Cases are again and again rising. What message you would like to give?
We are going through unprecedented situation of this pandemic, which comes in a century, right? So this is very, very extraordinary. And so far, as you just heard, Dr. Trikha, we have done extraordinary. Compare other developed countries and compare how India has managed it, mortality, infectivity, and current situation and all that. But we have paid price for it. We have gone through lockdown. We have gone through severe human crisis of reverse migration. All those things have been handled. We are in a very, very good position at the moment. Curve is plateauing, except in 1-2 places crisis. I'll come to that. But 10,000, 15,000 cases in a country of this size, we are really in very strong position to go for a kill. Go for a kill means that everybody wears mask, don't go to clustering, and practice hygiene. So because virus is spread only person to person, we just block at that and we can make this virus helpless. Second thing is vaccines are available now. Go ahead with full force and as quickly as possible. That's another hurdle for the virus. If we do take this multi-pronged approach, we can win this battle. We are close to that. But if we don't do, we leave the enemy half dead. It will bounce back at any given time. You are seeing in smart bursts it is coming. So while it is down, the virus is not out. We must do social vaccine, which is wearing the mask, avoiding social gathering, hand hygiene, and follow the vaccine availability. You make use of it because it's one of the important tool in this fight. It will be silly if the tool around and we don't take and we roam around and create a problem. I may be asymptomatic, but what about my family members, senior members who may have comorbidity, who may have other things? So we should hold ourselves responsible that we have a certain role to play in stopping this pandemic, very definitive role, which is wearing the mask and asking others to do the same, taking the vaccine whenever my turn comes, and asking others to take, because as you just heard, nobody is giving vaccine to kill someone or to make someone sick, because it will be totally crazy thing. And these vaccines have been tested. To say the least, they are safe. There is no question. Of crores of people have taken, and you can see that nothing wrong has happened to any one of them for the vaccine. So which means they are safe and they will prevent infection. They will reduce, even if infection comes, symptoms will be reduced. All this has been now constantly being reported. So we are in a very good situation, and we should not let it slip out of hand and go back, because we'll not be able to handle one more lockdown. One more national lockdown will break damage the economy to the degree that we will suffer a lot, and that should be avoided. It's avoidable. So again, at the cost of repetition, my message is that whenever your turn comes, take the vaccine. Is good. It does no harm, and it will harm the virus, which is your enemy. B, whenever you step out, always wear the mask, even if you have taken the vaccine, because vaccine, you may be, as you just heard, maybe you are those 10-20% vaccine will not work for you, or vaccine takes a month or month and a half to set in the full force. So, and who knows, new variant may come, which may be less effective. Vaccine may be less effective for that. So wear the mask all the time till we declare the victory, that the virus is now down, out, and we have managed it. Till then, we must do social discipline of what we call as COVID discipline, and use the vaccine to the fullest possible manner. We are almost there, but not quite there yet.
Dr. Anjan, sir, what message you would like to give? Do you think the vaccination should be open for common people also?
Yes, I think everything has been rightly mentioned by Dr. Mishra earlier on. Regarding opening up the vaccine for every person in the country, that is a foregone conclusion. But then everything has to happen the right way. If you open up everything at time zero, they'll be stampede. And you know these things happen in India and world over. There is a model the vaccines are given. First, you'll have to give it to the healthcare workers who take care of you. Then you'll have to give it to the frontline workers like the policeman, the army, or people at the airport, at the stations, in the bus depots. And then you'll have to go to people who are more prone, which will be maybe above 50 years of age, who have comorbid condition, and then comes everybody. You must also remember that the vaccines are have got a license for emergency authorization use only. So still studies are coming in whether to give it to children below 16 years or 17 years of age. The definition of a child from international definitions would be less than 17 years. We think a child is less than 12 years, but it has not been tested in children below 16 or 17 years. We really don't know what does it do to women who are pregnant or who are trying to become pregnant or something of that kind. So very soon, I can assure you, the government is going to open it for all. There is going to be a time when you'll be able to go out to your market and buy one of your choice and use it. You hear news of all these things everywhere, but you also must realize that all these vaccines and all new medications, even in a pandemic, have to pass through stringent guidelines and rules and regulations. They've got to give a data where the drug controller office and the FDA Bhavan, which is there in Delhi, has a lot of experts. They scrutinize the data, often ask for more data, and then only they say yes to it. Okay, so we need to get it. We need to get vaccinated. A time will come when it will be open to all who want to take it. It is just that it has to be managed the right way, like everything else. So my message is that if you are called, if you get a SMS that your name has come, please come and take it. You please go there, tell the doctor whether you have a problem or not, whether you have allergy or not, and let him decide whether you will have it or not, or you are the right candidate to have it or not. There would be some adverse drug reactions. They are there with everything. They are there with everything. So it doesn't matter. The data which has been available to the drug controller, it is aware of the drug reactions. And when you get a vaccine, there's somebody who's following you up. Even if you go home after half an hour, there are sites, there are phone calls where you can call 24 hours a day. Even if you think that you have a headache or you have a problem which may not be related to that vaccine, but you are supposed to tell it to them, and then they pick it up, they call you back, they can send a vehicle to pick you up. That's what is happening in Delhi, and everybody is playing very safe. So that's my message. The message, what Dr. Mishra said: mask, social distancing, avoid clusters. I must again put it to you, and I'm not telling you a wrong thing. 2 months ago, I had a bridegroom who came to our ICU who was on a ventilator after 12 days of his wedding. Day before yesterday, I have 4 patients coming in: mother-in-law, 2 children, and the daughter-in-law. And the mother-in-law is very sick. And the wedding took place on 14th of February. See, it's going to be a terrible thing if somebody dies in this family. So this wedding could have been a very solemn affair, could have been done in a temple or a church or wherever you want, or with minimum number of people, and then maybe they could have enjoyed after a year. People think that it can't happen to me. It's something like malignancy. When we are doctors, we always think that mujhe cancer nahi ho sakta hai, usko ho gaya hai. No, each one of us are susceptible to it. Even I am sitting in front of you. I wear a mask. I don't go out. It's been ages. I've had a meal outside my house.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rakesh Mishra. Thank you, Dr. Anjan, for joining us on Medically Speaking and giving such an important message to people. Thank you so much, sir.